It's complete to Hopkins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Back to throw, Stafford. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. From the gun to give to Henderson. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do?
Rocky.
Two Rockies.
I saw that. I got it. And, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves if we're going to have that kind of a reference. They've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start first and 10. Carr's throw here into the hands of Jones. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Well, no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets, they don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
36 yards on the play.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
First down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. He's at the 30. 10, 5. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run here with Henderson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Darrell Henderson, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
No, they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. On play action, now Carr. Looking deep for Adams. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown Raiders. Davante Adams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jayon Brown. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now. Showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. On 2nd and goal, Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Carr on the bootleg. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Carlson is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
To try again after the sack. Stafford under pressure. They got him again.
Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. And this time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And that is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that cause you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and it brought him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this. So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quality covers that time to slow down what's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Back deep, Brandon Powell. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. To throw is Stafford. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Rams Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
The Rams at 500 at 6-6. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
On second down, Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Now Carr. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that and trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now a play fake. Carr. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throw for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Atwell here. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
On first down, Stafford here. And he's got it. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Sneak at Stafford. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Henderson going to run for it. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Darrell Henderson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So fourth and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a two-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The final shot here before half for Carr. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to...
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford on the move to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp.
Down inside the 10.
Touchdown, Rams.
Cooper Kupp,
27 yards.
And the Rams come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Stafford's going to try and throw for it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Oh, that's true. You've said that before. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And he'll find Moreau here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw, it's Carr. And able to complete it to Moreau. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's got a man complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd down and goal. Carr, touchdown. Foster Moreau, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Carlson now to add the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter.
That ties the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Lions take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
First and 10.
Stafford. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is second and 10. Throwing is Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll try the jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Tutu Atwell. His first touchdown on the year. And the Rams have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Touchdown. Here's Gay to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
23 yards on the play. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by David Moore. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, that offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the third quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick six.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person just ended up in the end zone with the football. He was the one that answered the bell.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They run it again with Cook. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Trying to run forward with Jacobs. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On play action, now Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Terrell Lewis with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Now Carr, got to have this one. Looking deep for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now, really hoping for a turnover. On 1st down, it's Stafford. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Stafford. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held him, they might go for it again.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Looking deep for Adams. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Rams are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Now a play fake at Stafford. And the Raiders have got him.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, well, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. That's going to be caught along the sideline. And what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
Throwing here, Stafford.
To the right side and complete to Atwell. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Got a man. It's Higbee complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Stafford. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Rams look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pull it on here in the 4th. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence of actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But
touchdown, Rams! Cooper Kupp, 49 yards. And the Rams have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. The Rams yet again will come up and go for the 2-point try. They'll try and throw for it. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurting this one. No, okay.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Catch made, it's Moreau. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Big strides, look at him go. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 93. Carr to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the line. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game.